Right, good morning. So we're gonna come into a comfortable seat. My watch is acting funny, so I have to figure that out later. And just, oh, my dog left a little treat back there. We'll try not to get that on camera. All right, have a seat. Try to get your heels underneath your knees. So sit a little bit in a closer Sukhasana. Hands on top of your thighs. Close your eyes. And just settle in. So now your hands can be down if you need a little bit more grounding, up if you want a little bit more receptive energies coming your way. Any mudra with your finger positionings. Or just wherever you land. Breathe in tall. Expand across the chest. Empty out, let it go. So as we arrive into the second day of January, second yoga class of the new year, maybe third, I don't know. Just take the moment to, look forward with openness, but be in the present moment. Enjoy peace. Bring your hands to your heart center. Drop your chin towards your chest. Lean a little bit forward, just enough to feel a little stretch in the hips. And then sit up tall again. Reach your arms up, interlace your fingers, release thumb and forefinger. And lean a little bit side to side, keeping your hips grounded to the earth. So never anticipating what's going to happen in the class, what's going to happen in our day, in our year. We can't anticipate all that. We can just only hope for the best. So we live through the present moment. Stay connected. Come back to center. Keep the biceps as close to the ears as you can. And start drawing circles with your torso. Biceps, again, connected to the ears. Hips connected to the earth. One more time in one direction. And then let's reverse that. And then make your way back up to center. Release the hands down. Drop your chin chest. Lean back slightly, shake out your legs, switch the cross of the legs. And remember, keeping the heels underneath the knees. Hands back on top of your thighs in either direction. Inhale, bring your hands to your heart. Send it forward just enough, just enough. You'll feel maybe the other leg a little bit deeper, a little into the hip. Inhale the arms up, interlace fingers, release thumb and forefingers. Exhale, side bending. And again, moving our spine in the directions it's meant to move in, not just forward, back, up and down. And then take your circles, biceps stay by the ears. And then reverse the directions if you haven't. And make your way back to center. Inhale. Exhale, release the hands. Sit back, release the legs, shake them out, and come onto your hands and knees. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips, hips and shoulders width apart. Arch your back, tuck your toes, dip your belly. Exhale, round and curl top of the foot, chin down, tailbone tucks underneath you, spread your shoulders. Inhale, neutral position, right leg back, left arm forward, touching the floor with both the hands and the feet. So you're just getting a little bit of grounding, press the top of the left foot, chin down. And then inhale the arm up and leg up. Exhale, elbow to knee round curl. Inhale, extend the arm and leg. Lower the left hand. Spin onto your left leg. Half moon, kneeling. Right arm up, left arm on the floor, underneath. Lengthen out of the right leg. If you need to bend it, bring it down, bring it down. And take your right arm over your head, stretch and reach in two directions. keep your arm where it is and do let your leg come down to the floor. So your right foot is pressing to the floor. Inhale, we're going to spin it around so the right arm is down. Right leg lifts again. Right knee to right shoulder and step the right foot to the side. Walk your hands underneath your shoulders and come up to rise on your left shin. Inhale. Exhale, lean to the right side, then the left side. So just coming out of your waistline. Come back to center. Make a circle in one direction with your torso, as low and as deep as you want, and reverse it. Come back up to standing. Arms over and out to the side. Reach out, right arm down, left arm up, as if you were in triangle. And if you have a block and you'd like to use it, just putting your right hand on the block. It's a nice place to go. Take the arm overhead if you'd like. Keep lifting from the bottom side of your body. Inhale, rise back up. If you have a block, just pick it up. Put the arms down in front of you. Take the right leg behind you, toes down. And then take your right leg over to the left side and notice your hip wants to go with it, so draw it back in. And just, you can connect to the floor with moving through the ankle a little bit. Maybe walk your hands out a little bit, chest to your thighs. Hug your center, or hug your hips towards center. Breathe in and out. Good, walk your hands back under your shoulders, right leg behind you. Right knee to the floor, cat-cow, arch your back. Exhale, or dog for Cosby, because I don't want to offend him over there. Inhale back to neutral position. Take your left foot back, toes on the floor, right arm forward, fingers on the floor, pinky side of your fingers. Find some length and inhale the arm and leg come up. Hips are squared, so your left hip point points down, belly lifts up and in. One more breath. Good, now exhale the right hand down, spin the right foot to the side. Left leg lifts up, left arm lifts up. Pressing through the bottom of the hand, so lifting that right side of your torso up and in. And then maybe take the left arm up and over your head, spin it. And as you do that, open your heart up. Keep the arm up and lower the left leg to the floor. Just get a little bit more length into that left side. Almost like a dancer's bridge. Exhale, left hand down. Turn it back to center, left leg comes up. Left knee to the shoulder, extend the leg out and place it onto the floor. Walk your hands under your shoulders. If you want, take a block with you to the outside or the inside of the left leg. And then rise up to stand, inhale. Exhale, interlace your fingers, move the fingers one pinky over or one thumb over, whichever way you go. Lean side to side, pressing the right top of the foot, shin down. And then come back and make one big circle through your torso in one direction and then the other. Come back up to standing on your shin. Open the arms to a T. Reach out to the left side. Left arm down on the floor block. Reach up like triangle. Keep lifting out of the left side of your body. And then maybe the arm goes overhead here, a little bit more length. From fingertip to the outside of your hip. And then inhale, rise back up, take the block with you. Bring the arms down to the floor in front of you. Take your left leg back behind you. And then spin it out to the right side. Hug your hip in towards midline. Walk your hands out a little bit. And breathe. One more breath. Just hug the hips towards midline. And then exhale. Legs back on the floor. Hands underneath the knees. Underneath the shoulders. Knees under the hips. Tuck your toes. Dip your belly. Exhale. Round and curl your spine. Pull the belly in. And then open your knees as wide as the mat, touch the toes together, and walk your hips back, walk your hands forward, and release. Child's pose. Bowing to our inner child. Spread your fingers, soften the belly. Breathe in and out. Exhale. And then Inhale back to your hands and knees, hands under shoulders. Tuck your toes, lift your knees off the floor, and lift your hips to a downward dog. Bending the knees, let your head hang down, spread your fingers, make your arms strong. A little bit of rotation, let the inner elbow points to turn to center or slightly up. So there's a little turn out of the shoulders. And then walk your dog. Yes, I should walk my dog. Come here, little doggy. And then you make your way to a comfortable place for your downward dog, but let's just measure it out. Come forward to high plank. She left us some treats, dude. Exhale back. Do that a couple more times. Come forward. Exhale, come back. One more time, come forward. And then meet back in downward dog. Exhale. Rise onto your toes, bend your knees, and walk to the front of your mat. Separate your feet with two fists in between. Keep your blocks nearby. Forward fold. And let's just grab today opposite elbows. Sway a little side to side. Change the grip of your arms. And then just find your way back to center. Release the hands, let them go. Interlace your fingers. Place them behind the nape of your neck with your elbows in by your ears. Tuck your chin to your chest and point your elbows towards your knees. Ground through your feet as you roll up to stand. When you come all the way up, open up the arms. Let your head rest into your arms. Exhale, lean to the right side. Inhale to center. Exhale, lean to the other side. Inhale back to center. Lift your heart up. And then bring your arms up overhead. Tuck your rib cage down and under. Lift out of your ribs, out of your hips. And then float your arms down by your side. Feet can be closer together or standing separate. Shoulders back and down, palms face up. Lift your knees up. Tuck your tailbone underneath you. Ground your feet. Everything from the ground up. Inhale, reach the arms over your head. Exhale, swan dive over, hands on floor or blocks. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to stand. Bring the arms with you overhead. Exhale, fold, or hands to heart, sorry. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, open swan dive, fold, hands to floor or blocks or shins. Inhale, rise to stand, bring it with you. Exhale, prayer to your heart. One more time, then we'll take it on. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold, hands to floor, shins or blocks. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands on the floor blocks as you step your right foot back, low lunge. Good. Hug your hips towards midline, pull your shoulders back, pull your collarbones forward. You can always drop the back knee to the floor. Keep looking forward so you keep lengthening your spine and your cervical spine. And then find yourself grounded as you bring your hands onto your thigh. Lift your torso, bend your back knee. Keep the bent knee or the back knee bent. High, inhale. And exhale, drop your hips low. Stay there, breathe. Good morning. Hi, Leah. Join us. Warm yourself up if you need to. Arms come all the way up. Bend the elbows. Now straighten arms and legs. Let's do that. 2 more times. So bend the arms, bend the knees, straighten the arms. And then do that 1 more time. Keep the arms up as you sink into your crescent lunge, front leg bends. Inhale. And exhale. Shoulders down, ribs towards hips. Lift up like you're being pulled to the sky, and then arch back just enough. Good. Now exhale, bring your hands to the floor blocks. Step your right foot behind your left foot. Maybe your pinkies touch, maybe you're not that close. Lengthen your spine, inhale. So if you don't have blocks, you can put your hands on your shins. And then rise up to stand. So right now your left leg should be crossed in front of your right. Interlace your fingers, palms together. Lift up and over to the left side. Hug your hips towards midline. Inhale to center and do the same thing. So yeah, you're going to be a little less balanced because we are definitely, our feet are close together. Now, bend over to the right, left side. Little curtsy squat here, as little or as much as you can do. Inhale back to center. Exhale to the right with a little curtsy. Inhale back to center. Exhale, bring your prayer hands together and put a curtsy into your hips. So it's like you're sitting in a chair with your leg crossed in front of you. Exhale, fold to the floor or blocks. Inhale, right leg in, letter L. So like a warrior 3 supported. Hips are square, toes point down. Exhale, step back to your crescent lunge. Inhale the arms all the way up. Settle for a moment. Ribs tuck underneath you. Tailbone tucks underneath you. Inhale. Good. Exhale the hands to the floor, blocks. Step back to a high plank. Hold your plank for the breath. Inhale and exhale. Then inhale again. Bend the elbows. Come forward halfway down or to your knees. Roll over your toes or on your belly. Downward dog. We will meet. And just take a few breaths here. Kind of release. High on your tippy toes. Bend your knees. Take a step or two forward. Walk your way up. Jump your way up. Halfway lift when you get there. Exhale, let go. And then ride your breath to stand all the way up. Hands together in prayer to your heart center. Good. Inhale the arms all the way up. Exhale, hands to floor, shins, or blocks. Halfway lift on the inhale. Left leg steps back on the exhale. Low lunge. So first get your hips settled. Decide if you want to be on your back knee or you want to stay on the ball of the foot. Hug your hips in towards midline. Collarbone spread forward. Good. It's imagine that you're pulling your right heel towards your left leg. So you've got this energy pulling back and your glutes fire up, legs fire up. Inhale your hands to your thighs, lift your torso, bend your back knee. Inhale the arms up. Good, now 3 pulsing, bend both knees and straighten both legs. Do the same thing with the arms. Bend as we bend, straighten as we straighten, bend as we bend, straighten as we straighten. Now bend just the front knee. Crescent lunge. Inhale. Ribs tuck under. Exhale. Shoulders drop down. Keep working your hips level. One more breath. Exhale. Hands to the floor. Blocks. Good. Now we're going to step our left leg behind our right leg. Adjust it so that you feel balanced. Widen the legs if you need to. Lengthen your spine. Inhale. Exhale. Fold. And then inhale, rise to stand. Bring the arms overhead. Interlace your fingers, one finger over. Lift up. Exhale to the right side. Hug your hips to midline. Inhale to center, up and over to the left side. Inhale to center. Exhale, lean to the right. Do a little curtsy. Inhale, center. Exhale, lean left. Do a little curtsy. Inhale, center. Hands to prayer. Little curtsy. It's like a chair with one leg crossed in front. Exhale, fold. Straighten your legs. Take your left leg behind you, parallel to the floor. Warrior 3 supported. If you feel like you want to release the support, put your hands in prayer. Keep the front leg, standing leg bent. And then step all the way back to a low lunge. Inhale, find your crescent lunge here. Hold for a few moments. Getting your right thigh parallel to the floor. Pull the left hip forward, right hip back. Sinking low into your hips. One more breath. Good. Always be supported if you need it. It's fine. Exhale, hands to the floor. That's why we suggest blocks. Step back, high plank. Look forward, come halfway down, or take it to your knees. Or go right to your downward dog. And if you have more push-ups in there, take it away. Breathe in and breathe out. Rise high up on your toes. Bend your knees, look forward. Take yourself to the top of your mat. Halfway lift when you get there. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, rise to stand. Exhale, prayer to the heart. Inhale, bring your arms up. I just like to sing. Exhale, hands to floor, shins or blocks. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, right foot steps back, low lunge. Now inhale the arms up. Sink your hips low. Good. Exhale, hands to the floor, just touch. And maybe even lift the back leg up just a little bit and come back to your lunge. Inhale, bring the arms all the way up. Exhale, hands to the floor. You choose if you want to take a little flight, keeping the left leg really bent. Arms come up, inhale. Exhale, hands to the floor. Now everybody go ahead, find that supported bent knee, warrior three. And then bend your knee, curtsy, behind your left ankle. And then take it to warrior three, supported. So straight parallel leg, and then curtsy bend. Hug your hips in. And then straight parallel leg, left leg is bent. This exhale, curtsy, and have a seat on the floor. Come all the way down. Oh, Michelle, you'll like this. Make sure you're not sitting on your right heel, and then just hug your hands in around your shin. Sit up nice and tall. Allow your left hip to sink to the floor. Good. Now, you can choose to stay there or take your left hand behind you. Maybe you take the arm outside of the thigh. Some of you might bind. Create length in the spine on the inhale. And then exhale, twist a little deeper. Breathe in, breathe out. Keep the twist going as you look to the right. Return your torso to the center. Let's just do a little counter twist. Turn a little bit to the right again. Come back to center. Hands on floor, block. Your left leg is in the middle of your mat. Bring yourself up onto your right shin, and then lift your right leg off the floor. Take your left hand to your left, to the outside of the left foot. Right hand to your hip. Start here, and then begin to turn your torso to the right side. Right arm up. Half moon balance. Take your time. Use your blocks if you need to. Make sure, Michelle, it looks like your arm is far out in front of you, so see if you can bring the block right under your shoulder. It's hard to tell on Zoom sometimes. The angle looks off, but it might be correct. Good. So you're in half moon. Supported or not supported, you can turn your eye gaze up for a little more challenge. Maybe you can look down at your back foot, see where it's at in space. Take another breath. Put your right hand back on your hip. Bend your left knee. If you had the block, just bring it on the inside of the left foot and step all the way back with your right leg. Straighten your left leg. Triangle pose. Turn your torso up. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, maybe shorten your stance. Come back into triangle. Reach out, reach out, reach out, reach out. Left hand down, right arm up. Take your right hand, bring it up and over your head. If you choose to take the bottom arm up as well, you might want to lift your torso a little higher to accommodate that in your side bodies. Breathe in, breathe out. One more breath, everybody. Good. As you exhale, spin it around to the front. Hands on the floor. Plant your palms to the floor. Left leg high in the sky. Open up your left hip. Just let it go a little bit. And then take your legs to the floor, downward dog. Inhale on your toes, come to high plank. Come down halfway. Lift up, upward dog. Go back, downward dog. Exhale. Inhale on your toes, bend your knees. Look forward, take yourself to the top of your mat. Halfway lift when you get there. Exhale and fold. Inhale, rise to stand, bring the arms overhead. And bring prayer to the heart. Inhale, the arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold, hands to floor, shins or blocks. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, left foot steps back. Inhale to your high crescent, arms come up. Sink a little bit lower, right thigh parallel, pull the right hip back, left hip forward, ribs tuck under, inhale. Good, now we're gonna exhale, hands to the floor. You can stay there or maybe take a little practice lift and then return to your lunge. Inhale, the arms up. Exhale, hands down. Stay in the lunge or perhaps lift the leg a little bit off the floor. Inhale, the arms up. Good, this time we're all gonna take a little flight. Left leg comes up parallel, right leg is bent. Now take 3 curtsies. Bend your knee, tuck your knee behind your ankle, and then kick it back out to an L shape. Exhale, bend the knee, tuck it down, kick it back. Should feel this. This one is third, come down. We're gonna have a seat on the floor, not on your heel. Seated twist, Ardha Matsyendrasana. Adjust yourself and hug onto your shin. So your right foot should be firmly planted on the floor. If the toe is lifted, slide it a little forward and to the side. Inhale the right arm up behind you. Exhale. Left arm up. You choose to stay. Twist or bind. Look over your right shoulder. Keep working your right hip to the floor. Keep breathing. Take another breath. Keep your twist, but look to the left. And then let's counter twist. Come back to center. Place your right foot in the center. Walk onto your left shin. Hands in front, you can use a block. If you'd like to, lift your left leg up. Right hand under right shoulder or in front of the right foot. Left hand or on a block. Left hand to your hip. As you spin to the left side, stack your shoulders. Energize both legs. Left arm comes up when and if you're ready. And then maybe the eye gaze follows the hand or the back foot a little bit. Very good. That looks good, Michelle. Good. Nice, guys. Perfect. Don't hold your breath. Keep breathing. Every breath takes us a little bit deeper into the spaces that we are trying to create. Take a breath. Left hand to your hip. Right knee bends. Step a nice healthy amount of feet away. Straighten your front leg, right arm down, left arm up, triangle. And if you notice, maybe we come into it with a little less space, so come up to standing. Make your adjustments on the back foot if you want to shorten your stance at all. Move your hips left, move your torso right, reach out, reach out, reach out. And then find your triangle. Maybe your hand's on a block. Maybe it's on your shin, maybe it's on your big toe, your thigh. Your knees lift up. Hug your hips towards midline, breathe. If you'd like to take your top arm up and over, and then spin it open. One more breath. Good, exhale, spin it around to the front. Hands on the floor, low lunge. Good, step back to plank. Take your vinyasa or go right to dog, upward and downward facing dogs. Breathe. Rise up onto your tippy toes. And then lower your heels back to the floor. your feet to touch, so the big toes, perhaps the heels touch. Inhale, right leg up. Open the hip. Keep the knee bent as you come into a plank with your knee to your chest, rounded curl. Kick that leg back up in the air, look forward. Step it through. Turn your back foot on its side. Windmill open, warrior two. Right knee bends. Left toes are turned slightly forward. Reach in two directions. Breathe. Settle into it. Find length. Nice, Leah. Breathe. Stack your shoulders over your hips. Think about, again, opening your upper hips outward while you pull your inner thighs inward. Inhale. Left arm down. Right arm up. Lift out of your waistline. Return to warrior two. Exhale, reach forward. Right hand outside right foot on a block. Shorten your stance if you need to, or the floor. Left arm up, right thigh parallel to the floor. Spin your heart open. Find energy in the back leg, pressing the pinky toe down, right knee. You know, we tend to want to back off out of that lunge, but try to stay in it as deep as you can. Get in it to win it. Breathe in, breathe out. Left arm up and overhead. Traditional side angle, Parso Tanasana pose. Lift the right side of your torso up and in. Hug everything towards midline. Exhale, look down at your right knee, toes. Inhale, come on back up, warrior two. Exhale, straighten your front leg. Turn your right toes a quarter turn in. Take your hands behind your back, interlace your fingers, knuckles down, heart lifts. And then fold in between your two legs. Slightly pigeon-toed. Head down, arms up. Big toe, little toe, ball of the foot, heel, pressing firmly into the earth. Head down and breathe. Inhale, hands underneath shoulders. Lengthen your spine. Turn to the front of your mat. As you bend your right knee, your hands are on the inside of the right leg. Lower the left knee to the floor. Good. So send your weight a little forward of the left knee. Stay where you are, or make your way to your forearms. If you have an arm balance you'd like to explore here, this is a great place. So you might want to take your knee on top of your right tricep, hug your elbows into your rib cage, begin to enter with your right leg out to the side, left leg out to behind you, and maybe you take it through a flow. I'm looking to see if anyone's doing it. If not, you are still in your lizard lunge. Come up to your hands. Good. Take your right toes out to the right side a little bit and turn them outward. Tuck your left toes underneath you. Step your left foot outside your left hand and sit down either on a block or just in between your thighs. And if it's too much for your knees at any point, just do a forward bend or a chair pose if that feels okay to you. Then lift your torso up, tuck your tailbone under. Inhale and exhale. Can you squeeze your knees onto your tricep and squeeze your triceps into your knees? Take another breath. And then bring your hands to the floor. Turn your toes forward, straighten your legs forward, fold, let your head go. Inhale, peace, finger grip around your big toes, look up. Exhale, let it go. Fold in half. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release your hands. Walk your feet a little closer. Halfway lift. Step, step, high plank, all the way through your vinyasa, as many push-ups or none. And we'll meet in downward dog. Once again, feet are closer together. Inhale your left leg up, open the hip, bend the knee. Keep your knee bent as you shift into a plank. Coming forward, knee to chest. Lift it up. And step it all the way through. Good. Is this the same leg? Come up. Straighten the leg. Bend the knee, sorry, come up to warrior two. We're on the correct side, okay. Back toes are turned in. Left hand forward, right arm back. Settle into this warrior two pose. Reach back, reach forward, all in the same time. Keep your left thigh parallel. I know you're going to feel it like you want to come out of it. Right arm down, left arm up. Back to warrior two, inhale. Exhale, reach out. Take your block, if you have a block, to the outside of the left ankle. You might shorten your stance, right arm up. Tuck your tailbone underneath you, side angle. First, the arms are straight. Left thigh is bent, parallel to the floor. And then sweep your right arm up and overhead. As you do that, palm down, spin your heart open, tuck your tailbone, bring your left ribs towards the right. Breathe in, breathe out. All right, have faith, guys. Inhale, come on back up, warrior two. Exhale. Straighten the left leg. Turn your toes towards the right. Interlace your fingers, one finger over from your traditional grip, knuckles down. Holly. Exhale. Fold. Holly. Come back. Hang your head. Arms come up. Over your back, over your head, wherever they go. Inhale. And exhale. Let it go. Sending a little bit of the weight into the balls of your feet. And then empty the breath, hands underneath shoulders, lengthen your spine. I'm just going to check. Holly, come here. Live action. Walk around to the front, left leg bends. Hands on the inside. Right knee bends to your forearms or to your hands. So I offered you up an arm balance here, or you can do nothing. You can stay where you're at. My dog wants to go to a bad place. If you want to take an arm balance, hug your knee over your tricep, elbows bend in, tuck your back toes under, and maybe you can take your left leg out to the side. I have no idea what I look like in this pose right now. So I want you to try to see if you want to go there, or you want to stay in the lizard. And that's okay if you do. If you're balancing, just take your time, make your way out of it, and bring your hands back on the floor underneath you. Turn your left toes and walk them out to the left side. Lift up your back knee, step it outside the right hand, and then drop your hips to your floor block wherever you are, hands in prayer. So you can stay here, you know, you can always be perfectly happy to be here, be on a block, or stand in a forward fold. Or you can take this to an arm balance, crow. So if you want to take crow, many different variations to do it. If you're newer to crow and you do have a block, you can sit your feet on top of the block to get your hips a little higher. Or you can keep your arms on the outside of your knees on the outside of your arms as you shift your weight forward. Maybe walk your feet closer together, and then perhaps 1 or 2 feet might come off the floor. The trick is to look forward, not down, and not to kick into it. There you go, Leah. That's it. So you can hug your knees around your triceps or underneath your triceps. If you took flight, bring your feet back on the floor, come back into the squat. Bring your hands to your heart center. Beautiful. Exhale. That's good. Hands down, hips up, turn your feet forward. Come to your fingertips, lengthen your spine. And then bend your knees enough that you can lift the toes up and slide the hands underneath your feet so your big toe wraps around your wrist. Look forward, inhale. And then exhale, straighten the legs, head to the shins, let go. Inhale and exhale. It's a push and pull, it's a tug of war. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release your hands from your feet. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to your hips. Come on up to standing. If you're not at the top of your mat, step forward a little bit. Arms down by your side. Inhale, arms all the way up. Lift your heart. Exhale, forward fold, hands to floor, shins or blocks. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step, step, walk, hop, jump. Take the vinyasa or skip it. Lift your heart up. Downward facing dog, hips hallelujah. Rise up onto your toes, bend your knees, bring your chest towards your thighs, turbo dog. And then straighten your legs, downward dog. Come high on your toes, bend your knees again, look forward. This time I want you to come to a seated position at the front of your mat. Bring your feet together. I'll turn this way for a second before I turn my mat. Hold on underneath your thighs, everybody. Sit up tall. And then lean back so your toes are on the floor, but your heels are lifted. And then if you can, without changing the position of your spine, lift your legs up, shins parallel to the floor, flex your feet. Hug your knees in together. Release the right hand. Release the left hand. And again, without any change in your spinal position. Breathe. So it's challenging. It's a lot of core. It's a lot of stability, balance, yada, yada. Right? All the things we do every day in these classes, just incorporate it all together. And then bring your hands back underneath your thighs. Chin to your chest, roll back to your shoulders, tuck your toes behind you, and then come right back up into that position. Shins parallel, flex your feet. Release your arms. Now if you want a little bit more, arms can come up. Legs can go out straight. Now point your toes and reach, 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 reach. Look like that beautiful letter V. Stay here or bend your knees, it's okay. 3, 2, hands under the thighs, bend the knees. Roll back, kick your feet overhead. Don't turn your head. Come back to your balance. And then take it where you want to take it, right? Bigger, little, doesn't matter. Now flex your feet again. Lift out of your rib cage, lower your legs. Sit up tall and reach forward for the backs of your feet, the toes, the shins. Lengthen your spine, inhale. Exhale, Tanasana, intense western side stretch of your body. Lift and lengthen, and empty the breath out. Fold your body. Relax the neck and shoulders. Don't put any force on anywhere, just let your breath guide you in and out of places. Good. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Sit up nice and tall. Good. We're going to exhale, chin to chest. As we roll down to the floor, one vertebrae at a time, let your knees come in again. Take your legs up and overhead, and now see if you want to rest in a plow pose, the other side of the body. So your shoulders are underneath you. If your feet like to bend your knees over your ears. Take your hands on your back. And you could also be supported by a block when we get to this. Legs up in the air. Shoulders stand. Elbows hug in. If you prefer to be legs up on the wall or supported by a block, that's fine. If your legs are up in the air, just don't move your head anywhere. And if you're still keeping your legs behind you, it's fine. Now, for those of you with legs in the air, supported or not, you can bring your hands down towards your waistline. Bend your knees so that the knees, or the shin, just like we did in the boat just a few moments ago, shins are parallel to the floor, calves are parallel to the floor. Keep your hands supporting your back, and perhaps one at a time, or both feet together, come down to the floor. Lifting up into a supported bridge. I'm just turning my head to look at you, but don't turn your head. So you're supported again by your hands or by your block or whatever you have supporting you. Now to slowly release it, upper, mid, lower back down, hands come away from your back, articulate your spine to the floor. Turn your knees in, toes pigeon. You can windshield wiper your legs. Return back to center. Line up your heels with your sitting bones and hands. Reach towards your heels. Inhale, tilt your pelvis, point your pubic bone to the sky. If you're going to take a full wheel, bring your hands by your shoulders. That would be your big back bend. Or you're just going to come up, articulate your spine. Those of you in bridge, stay there. Those of you who want to go more, come to the top of your head for a breath, and then press through the earth to lift your entire body up and back bend. Try to stay for about 3 to 5 breaths before coming down. We're going to do it again. So if you're coming down, just again bring your knees together. Windshield wiper in your legs. And then one more time, line up your heels with your sitting bones, line up your hands with your heels. Tilt your pelvis, point your pubic bone up. And then tilt so you lift up onto your shoulders. Either stay here, tuck your hands under, put a block under, or put your hands to your shoulders, lightly to the top of your head as you make your way into your biggest heart opening back bend of the day, maybe of the year so far. Stay for 3 to 5 breaths if you can. When you're ready to come down, top of the head, upper, mid, lower back to the floor. Now everybody hug your knees into your chest. Rock side to side on your spine. And then place your hands one on top of each knee and make circles, opposing circles, just rolling around on the spine. And then reverse it. Come back to center. Take a hold of your ankles, lift your head and shoulders. Oh, don't cry, Holly. And then begin to rock and roll your spine. On your spine, come up. Take your right leg, pigeon pose, left leg behind you. Tuck your toes underneath you, lift the knee up. Shimmy back, put a block underneath your hips if they're tight or you feel pressure anywhere, you just want to be elevated. And then start to walk yourself out into your max pose. Breathe. So your hips should be nice and open for this. Take your time, take your breath. Take yourself into whatever placement you can get for the next few moments. If you're all the way down, begin to make your way back up. Tuck your toes underneath you. Three-legged dog. Shake out your right leg. Downward facing dog. If you want to take one more vinyasa here, wipe the slate clear. Up and down dogs. Left leg in the air. Open up the hip. And then bring the left knee to the left wrist. Right toes tuck underneath you, behind you. Lengthen your spine. Sit on a block if you'd like. Right under your sitting bones the long way. And walk down. Stop when you feel it. Rest there or go a little deeper if it's available to you. But notice that the more you rest here, the longer you stay, the more you're going to access a little bit more of the depth into the hips. No force. Make your way back up through this. This time we're going to come down, just lower your hip to the floor. I'll turn this way again. And then as we started, sit cross-legged, right leg in front, heels underneath the knees, lift up the flesh underneath you. Place your hands on top of your thighs once again. So we're sitting Sukhasana, feet underneath knees, hands in prayer. Stretch your arms all the way up, up, up. Exhale, bring prayer to the heart. Turn to your right side. Left elbow outside right thigh, or just twist. If you can't hook it, that's okay. Just make a twist. And if you're in a twist, come back to center, fold forward, walk your hands over, push your hips back, relax your neck and shoulders. Walk your hands back in. Lift up, shake it out, switch the legs. Left leg is in front, heels underneath knees. Inhale the arms all the way up. Exhale, pray to your heart, twist to the left, stay upright, or maybe you hook on a little bit. Keep your hips. Inhale back to center. Exhale, fold forward. And then walk it back in. Lean back, shake it out. Place your feet onto the floor. Hold on under your knees if you need to, or let go. And articulate your spine down one vertebrae at a time. Take your time. That little place about 45 degrees off the floor is where gravity, right about where I am right now, wants to pull you all the way down. This is where the work begins. Slow it down. Breathe, breathe, breathe. And lay back. Hug your knees all the way into your chest. Last spinal twist, your choice. Legs, knees together, crossed. Anything else you'd like to do. One side. Stay for a few seconds. Couple of deep breaths in and out before making your way to the other side. and switch. If there is anything else you'd like to do at all, this is your time to do it. Headstand, handstand, any arm balances, anything I have left out, maybe another happy baby. I don't know. We take a happy baby. We could all take a happy baby. And then hug it all together. And then lay back on your back, legs down. Arms by your side. Again, if there's anything you still want to take into this practice today, take it. Take a few breaths here, just kind of settling in. Let the breath empty out. Let your body surrender down into your mat. Some of you chose to take another inversion. That's beautiful. Stay as long as you need. And when you're all ready, lay back on your backs and let all go. It's time. Scan your body from head to toe, toe to head, right side to left, left side to right. Throughout the entire body, notice if there's any tension that remains. And then let your breath just slow down again. Just release the breath that we've been practicing with to your own natural pattern of breath. Let go. Slowly begin to deepen your breath. If you choose to stay longer, just turn me off. Stay as long as you like. A couple more moments if you need it. If you're reawakening, just start to deepen your breath, move your fingers, toes, wrists, ankles. And then turn yourself onto either side, make a pillow for your head, rest for a moment. And make your way back to a comfortable seat. Take your hands to your heart. Allow your chin to bow down, just honoring yourselves. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om peace, peace, peace to all. Thank you all so much for being here, for showing up, for doing the work, for our community together, live and on Zoom. We'll be doing that for a while. Bowing down and honoring each other, the light, the peace, the love, the goodness within each one of you. Namaste, Satnam. Go in peace. Have a wonderful Sunday. Have a wonderful year. Till I see you again tomorrow morning, perhaps. Stay home safe and stay healthy. Wear a mask, get vaccinated.